What's up, guys? Back with another video. Today I want to take a look at the other Borderlands 4 video that came out from Game Informer. They talked about how guns are made in Borderlands 4. It was a whole interview with the Gearbox team, Randy Pitchford and all of them, talking about how guns and building the random assortment of guns originated in Borderlands, but they also had some new gameplay in some of the newer areas, and I wanted to take a deep dive and look at this footage frame by frame with you guys today. This is another one of our deep dive videos where we look at all the different things that happen and kind of talk about it here today. So I've got it pulled up. I've actually stripped out all of the commentary on it and just the gameplay here. So we're going to go frame by frame with it. And as you can see, I've got it pulled up. And the first thing I see is this says Wrath of the Ripper Queen. Eliminate the Rippers. I also see, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but they changed the damage numbers. The damage numbers actually are much more prominent now since from an earlier build of the game. And I actually like the bold numbers. It actually gives context because you can actually differentiate, the different elements as opposed to just, it all blending together. I like it. There's also a quest over here called Claim the Airwaves, Take Back the Airwaves, Defend Echo 4 from attack as he hacks the Order's propaganda system. So in a previous video, we talked about how you may have to do propaganda takedowns, our map video that we talked about all of that stuff. So if you haven't checked that one out, check that out up above. But this is one of those areas. You can see our we're playing as Rafa, and it says we are a frontline trooper, taking out rippers here, shooting those shoulder cannons. That's a caustic plinker, okay, whatever that is. And then we have made it to Grindstone of the Worthy. Kind of looking here. The hell is that? A splice? Look at that little thing. Okay. I think the fact that we're on a new planet and having new enemies is just so amazing. And the idea of the Rippers is so cool because this has got to be Carcadia Burns. This is the deserty area we talked about. The home of the Rippers. This has got to be it. And just having the Rippers and how the psychos were already insane, and now seeing this, it's just like, look at that thing. Okay, sure. Straight up. Kill enemies with at least 2 elemental attacks. That's just a challenge. Got this big tower here that we're gonna traverse. Okay. Then I forgot to preface. This does jump around quite a bit, so we are just gonna be diving into what we see and just kind of picking it apart. If you guys see something that I don't see, definitely let me know down in the comment section down below. Like, we didn't even talk about the weapon using. I will say, this is something I've noticed with the weapons. I don't know if it's just the sound design of the weapons or if it's just the weapons that they're using. A lot of the weapons sound similar, and I don't know if that's something that has always been in Borderlands games and I'm just not used to it, or I'm just paying attention to it more. It doesn't seem like that's always been the case, but it just seems like a lot of the weapons just have the, pew, 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 and I don't know. I know that's funny, but like at the same time, it doesn't seem like any of the weapons do anything absolutely crazy. And I guess I could turn the sound on you so you guys could hear this, but it's also them talking. Don't know. Just pay attention to a lot of the gameplay you watch and let me know. Picking up the Wrath of the Ripper Queen. So same area, still doing eliminating the Rippers. We grappled the explosive barrel, thrown at the pulper. Doing shock damage there, as you can see. And I will say, switching over to this weapon definitely looks a little different in terms of the damage. And maybe it's just the weapons we've seen. I just feel like we have seen a lot of these weapons here, these standard weapons. And maybe that's them not wanting to show off all their cards at once, which is fine. That completely makes sense. It just, a lot of the weapons have looked rather boring in terms of shooting, but that's just me. Like, gameplay has looked top notch. The new traversal mechanics, while I still am not sold on gliding, look great. But weapons look interesting. Like that one looks cool. Here's a little bit of the Digi Runners, which act kind of like sparrows, been told. Maybe this one will fire a little bit different. Oh, okay. So we'll back this off a little bit. This is a, oh, this is Moxie's. Okay. So what did we see walking up to this area? So this, we're in the ruined Sumplands. Siege and destroy, meet Zane. Okay. So Moxie set up an outpost here in the Ripper area of Arcadia Burns. Trying to read what that says there. It says up. Something up. Pull that back. Mad Moxies. What does that say? Mad Moxies. I have to zoom in on that. I can't see it. M-O-T-T. What is it? M-O-T-T. M-S? Huh. So we'll back up a little bit before we get in there. I know you guys are itching to see Moxies. I am too. We have a slaughter over here. You guys see this poster over here? This says slaughter. Let's actually back that up, see if we can read that a little better. Didn't get to see it. So this is our first look at Moxie's. Maybe it's just Moxie's all the way around, you know, on the sign out there. That would be my guess. Trying to see what's on all the TVs. If there's anything important. Doesn't look like it. Somebody's sitting over there on the pole. All right, walking in. Got Zane and Moxie sitting at the bar. Nothing crazy on the TVs. The TVs all look like they're on a different station, except for this one over here. Looks like it's got Moxie's face. But I think that's all we needed. Drinks. Yeah, it looks like she's kind of set up in this area. Look, it doesn't even look like an entirely like set up area. It just kind of looks like it's been stationed here. And maybe she's been here for a little bit and set up shop, you know, set up her bar. Wonderful, have an opportunity to be able to do the tipping of Moxie in this area. It doesn't look like it. Oh, that's what it is. Look at it. Moxie's bottoms up. I bet you that's what it says out there. Yep. Moxie's bottoms up. Okay, that makes sense. I got that context from once we walk through the door, you'll see it. It's kind of saying it on that. I think it's a fast travel station that says no claptraps. Didn't see that at first. Okay. But right. Echo 4 is kind of guiding us there. Right there. Moxie's bottoms up. So this is an area. I bet that unlocks the fast travel station there. Okay. So we talked to Zane. Badass, dominant. Okay. So we done with that area. Now we jump into this next area where we've got badass, domination, engine, vengeful. So vengefuls are those new status effects that are on enemies. I don't know what vengeful means, but and I don't know if this is particle effects or if it's a part of the game, but I've seen this in a lot of the footage of this area. See the particles there that kind of, I wonder if this has got like some toxic kind of spores in the area, or maybe I'm just overthinking it, but as you can see, as we walk through that area, there's quite a bit of particle effects there. Very interesting. Curious what that's all about. Synth armature. My guess with this area would still be the fade fields. Hand-eye coordinator. This weapon looks a little different. So maybe I'm judging the weapons a little prematurely, but still, it just seems like they're all. Don't know. I'll have to use them. It's all in the gameplay. Once you get your hands on the game and you play the game, it'll probably be different. I mean, look at Borderlands 3. The gameplay is so fun. So this is Wrath of the Ripper. Eliminate reinforcement. We're still looks like we're in Arcadia Burns, kind of. Oh, Wastehead. Okay. Badass Rat-a-tat. Irritable. It's one of those effects. So. Okay. Kill metalheads. Yeah. That thing up and chunk it. There you go. Well, you have to chunk it. Yep. Wish this was my gameplay, but interesting. Okay. Chests make a return. It's also been said that you don't buy health packs anymore or pick up health packs. Your health regens using the stim packs. There's a psycho. Yeah, and this whole Arcadia Burns is big on drilling and digging. We've seen a lot of, and it makes you wonder, what are they actually drilling for? What are they digging for? I'm very curious there. Kill unaware enemies. Goku gadget on use, increase ordnance cooldown rate by 50%. Gosh, we haven't even talked about gear yet. That's a pulper. Pulper and a psycho. Kill all the rippers. I wonder if they're all considered rippers. You would think they'd all be considered rippers. There's some rocket launchers. There we go. Okay. This is the vault area. So this is the primordial vault for the Fade Field. So this vault is what you do after you get through the Fade Fields. That makes sense. And this is the one, I don't know if you guys watched the Borderlands Fan Fest, but they did a lot of this vault and covered it extensively. Not too interested in talking too much about this because, you know, the vault seems like something that's going to be, you know, something we kind of want to wait. But these are wardens. That weapon, like I said, it looks different. That one looks cool. That one's called the Witness. Essential Hammerhead. Okay. Looks like I got a shield of sorts. Is cool. Again, different enemies. Enemy variation has always been something Gearbox has done great. You know, you never feel like you're facing the same enemy over and over. That really helps out when you get waves and waves of enemies, so it's not boring. Here's some good context. So we've got Callus is actually talking to us here, it looks like. He says, "My future in the wings of flame. It is my divine burden." Yeah. We just have the dialogue here. We don't actually get a picture of her. That's interesting. That's a departure from previous Borderlands games where, you know, you actually get the picture of the person. And she says, "To free this world, your arrival is harbinger to my ascent." I'm most obsessed with this area. Can't wait to see what Callus is all about in the Rippers. I'm sure that they're gonna have a great backstory and it's gonna be really cool. So reach the Carcadia outskirts. Oh, it's not a metalhead, it's a meathead. Okay. Up a little too far. Let it catch up. Says one more thing and I want to catch it before. He says, "Kill what you must, spill the blood of the weak among my host. Destiny will not yield." Calling us out. Heated. Oh, heated gives a fire status effect to the badass Rat-a-tat. Still playing as Rafa with the shoulder cannons there, as you can see. Okay. Guess we could zoom in on that weapon there. See what we got. State Bori, some machine gun, alt fire, flamethrower. Fires a flamethrower that deals 38 damage. Oh, shoot. I didn't know that we'd get flamethrowers in this game. That's sick. Okay. Nice. Here for it. Can we back up and look at that other sniper that we were about to pick up? What do we got here? Critical hits will ricochet projectiles to nearby enemies. Jacobs. Okay. And then there, somebody's trying to light us on fire. So we're going to grab the barrel there. I don't know why he didn't take out that turret from the get. So Fight for Your Life is back, and you can love that feature about Borderlands games. Always have. Then we get jump here. So reach first catapult. Catapult. Is the catapults how we're going to get from one area to another? Are they going to pull a Wonderlands on us? Shout out if you played Wonderlands and know what I'm talking about. Oh, crap. Here we go. So here's another character talking to us. This is now we're playing as Vex. And Levanine says, Vault Hunter, are you on your way? Not to rush you, but the other leaders and I are discussing fallback plans. As I live and breathe, is that Lev? Have a little. This is Zane talking. Have a little faith, darling. Your boyo Zane is on the case. I'm simply being pragmatic, and with you, fallback plans are always necessary. Got a psycho there. We're gonna get any more dialogue? I don't think we'll get any more. Interesting little tidbits that we're getting here. So I wanted to dive through this with you. I knew it would be a little bit, a lot of stuff just me calling out things, but some dialogue here and there that we could piece together. Definitely think we're still in Arcadia Burns, it looks like, this rubble area. So ruin some plans, kill all the rippers, same area. Yep. Different spots. Can't wait for the traversal. Definitely gonna have to rebind that if it's V. Trying to decide what I'm gonna put my grappling hook on as a keybind. Probably play keyboard and mouse my first go. Although I have been going back and playing the old Borderlands games on my Xbox One, my Xbox One X, backwards compatibility, and I've been using a controller there. How do you guys prefer to play your Borderlands games? Do you like a controller or do you like keyboard and mouse? I feel like it plays better either way. I feel like the game is optimized for both. So here we're in the inventory. We've got 2 rewards, skills. Pulling up the Rafa skill tree. We'll dive deep into these later. I haven't even had access to the skill trees yet, so when we are able to break down all the skills, we'll look at them. But I haven't had my own look at them, and I just haven't felt the need to talk about them. We will talk about them at some point, just not yet, because I want to talk about them all in the same video. Combo homing, throwing weapon is homing and can be shot to increase the explosive damage. So it must be where you chunk one and it hones in on them, and then you can shoot it to explode it. That's kind of cool. Oh, let's go back a little bit. What was that top one? Oh, going too quick for me. All right. Let's go back to there. I'll try to pause it as quick as I can. There it is. Can switch between corrosive and incinerary. Okay, makes sense. Maliwan. Secondary fire consumes SMG ammo. Interesting. I didn't know that was a thing. So shotgun can use SMG ammo. So imagine like you run out of shotgun ammo and then all of a sudden you can use. That's kind of cool. I like it. I'm here for it. Here's what I'm most intrigued about. Weapon has legs and can be shot to increase explosive damage. The inventory stuff. At first I was like, the inventory looks kind of bleak, but watch what he does here. He actually, you can sort by rarity, recent, type, level, first letter, value, And it looks like they've taken a step to really hone in on making the inventory an enjoyable experience, because if you played a Borderlands game like Borderlands 3 or Wonderlands, you know that once you get a bunch of guns, sorting through all of them is very tedious. So it looks like they've taken the steps to help us be able to navigate these very well. Oh, let's go back and look at that pistol. We can before he closes the inventory. There we go. Looming Mookie. Critical hits with ricochet projectiles to nearby enemies. I can't wait for Ricochet. I think Ricochet is going to be awesome. Here's some gameplay of the vault. A lot of this, and like I said, we'll watch it. We're not going to dive too deep into it, just because it almost feels like spoiler territory. I'm not big on spoiler territory, but you know, we have seen this at the FanFest event. But that being said, that is the deep dive of the gameplay that we saw. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I just wanted to piece apart it with you guys and look at it. We're going piece by piece. We're looking for all the content that we can find. If you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a big old thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want even more Borderlands 4 content, please make sure and subscribe and come back. Each week we'll have content for you guys to consume. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.